If you're looking for completed romance manga recommendations, I'm your girl because I've got 3 for you today. I love them. There's 2 shoujos, 1 seinen, and they're all very different in terms of the premises, but they are all comedies. Like, they have such good comedy in them. So if you're looking for a completed rom-com, you have to read one of these mangas. You're in for a treat, I'm telling you. I'll be saying them all via their English translated titles, but all Japanese titles will be in the description box if you want those. And I'm just gonna get right into this video. I'm gonna start with the seinen because there's only one, and it is 305 60 days, 305 60 days, 305 60 days to the wedding by Tamiki Wakaki. You're in for an absolute delight. This is a slice of life, workplace, romance with fabulous comedy. It is completed with 13 volumes. Our love story is between Rika and Takuya. I just can't. These 2 are adorable. They're both insane introverts and they work together, but they both love staying in their own little worlds. They don't really have many friends. They keep to their routines and they're very happy. But their office is opening up a branch in Siberia and they're going to ship someone away that's single and doesn't really have like a busy life. So these 2 are looking like they're going to be chosen to go to Siberia. So they concoct a plan and they team up and decide to enter a fake engagement to marry so they won't have to go. And that's the story. I can't get over how obsessed I am with these 2. They have my full heart. I think some of the highlights is their facial expressions, their internal monologue, how they move around, like their mini mannerisms and the actions that they do. It's a chef's kiss, seriously. Rika is so freaking cute. I mean, she is the definition of an adorable female lead. She's just insanely introverted, but the way she gets excited about maps and traveling and exploring and just loving the little things will make your heart flutter. And then Takuya, he has a cat called Kama. Their relationship is everything. I mean, if a cat is in a manga, I like it 10 times more. So that was perfect for me. They're so insanely awkward. Like, there's been chapters where I've been screaming, reading it, saying, just speak, someone speak, please, because they can be in like a 30-minute to an hour standoff not speaking because they're both overthinking in their heads. It can get ridiculous, but it's also really sweet and endearing. And you know what? I love that Takuya is slowly realizing Riza's little unique traits. Like, she has to overthink everything and she won't let anything lie, but she needs to think about it for at least a few days before she can give a full answer. And he is getting used to that. And these 2 make a great pair. You have to read this. Now, on to the shoujos. This first one is my favorite. I am addicted to it. I will be rereading this. I love it that much. And it is Hatsu Haru by Shizuki Fujisawa. It's a school life rom-com with 13 volumes, right? Yes, it's completed. I've read it all. I binge read it and this is peak. This is peak school life shoujo romance. So if you like it, if you like that genre, you have to read this. And I'll go into more detail what I mean by that in a second after I've explained the plot. This follows Rika and Kai, and what's different about this shoujo romance is the fact that the male lead is the protagonist and it's mostly from his point of view. It basically is about Kai, who is a playboy character. He gets all the ladies. He thinks he's everything, but he ends up having to be, you know, in those school romances where they have to be like the class rep. I can't remember the proper name, but he ends up being the class rep alongside Riza and ends up really liking her. But she is completely different to his usual type because she's like a tomboy. She doesn't behave like the typical cutesy girls that he usually goes after. She's also extremely strong. Like, the first chapter, she beats him up because he messed around with one of her friends. So She's that kind of vibe, and he falls head over heels for her. And it's about his absolute love crush, him going crazy over her and trying to win her over. It's like enemies somewhat to friends to lovers, and it's like childhood enemies. The male lead Kai, he is so freaking funny, and he's the definition of an overthinker, over emotional, overreactive, fluffy male lead, like completely different to the usual we get. Now, what I mean by peak school life shoujo, it has everything. It has everything. Valentine's Day, done right. I've complained about this in the past, how it's never done right. This is done amazingly. I loved it. It has the school trip. It has the fireworks festival, the spa day. You know, like those popularity contests where the boys enter it and everyone votes and then there's a winner. There's that. There is amusement park, miscommunication, a failed love confession, unrequited love. Like, that's just to say a few. It is everything. And the side characters are phenomenal. You know me, I love a side character, and it's one of those typical mangas where every single person gets coupled up with someone. I wasn't mad about it. I was happy with everyone's endings. But if you like, don't enjoy that cliche, this does have that, so expect it. Lastly, I just have to highlight the guy group. They made this top tier. The communication and the caring they show for each other. I can't tell you how much I loved it. I may even do a video just going over it one day, but who knows. Anyway, read it, please. Next, we have The Demon King is Way Too Overprotective by Miko Senri, and this is the author of the very well-known A Kiss with a Cat. I have not read that yet. It is in my manga TBR jar, so hopefully I get to reading that this year. It's a very fast-paced school life supernatural romance. It's 3 volumes completed. And that's what I mean, it is fast paced. So if you don't like that fast paced romance where you're kind of like, how are they falling for each other? You might not love this. But if you want an easy romance with amazing blushing, again, if you know me, you know I love a blush. You will love this. You seriously will. Anyway, our main leads are Seinen and Mao. Seinen is going through it. Her parents died when she was young. Her nan's just died, so she's balancing school, living alone, working like 2 part-time jobs, paying all the rent and feeding herself, etc. And then one day, this demon king comes in and is like, I finally found you, my lost love. I've been searching worlds for you. She's like, whoa, who the hell are you? And it's literally just about their relationship and Seinen warming to him. Don't get me wrong, he does overstep sometimes, but she puts him in his place and is like, you can't do that. What the hell are you doing? There's boundaries. He is that obsessive, overprotective male lead. Ear piercings, he's tall, dark hair, and he can look a bit gloomy, but when he smiles and blushes, it's everything. It's everything to me. But Seinen, she's also a massive blusher, and when she blushes, she makes me die with laughter because her face scrunches up. It's great. She is the very cutesy, bashful female lead, but she does have a backbone, which I love to see. Now, I had many moments where I pissed myself laughing, and it was mainly in the bits where they kiss. There is some intense kissing scenes. I was not expecting this. It blindsided me a little bit, but I swear there is a panel where he grabs her tongue. What? Literally, what's that? What is going on? Please, if you've read this manga, comment below. I literally was giggling and was like, what is going on here? There is another man that kind of steps into the picture. We find a bit more about him. But one thing I will say, which I really didn't like, was the ending. The ending sucked. It was so abrupt, and I think it really does promote toxic love, and someone could be obsessed with you and they do horrible things to you, but it's all in the name of love, so we have to forgive them. Like, no, go to jail or get out of the picture. So that was the only annoying thing for me. But I still loved it. gave me what I wanted. It was a quick, supernatural school life rom-com. It did what it said on the tin. That is all 3 of my completed romance recommendations. Let me know if you've read any of these and let me know your opinions as always. Before I leave though, if you haven't voted on the community tab, please do. I've just said that in March I'm going to be doing a tier ranking video of all of the shoujo mangas I read last year, because I did that in 2024 with all of my 2023 shoujo reads. I loved it. You guys loved it. It's my most popular video on this channel. So I'm going to be doing the mangas I've read in 2024. But I need to know whether you want just shoujo or you want all demographics. So do vote on the community tab. And I'm going to leave you here. I hope you enjoyed today's video and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye guys.